Hello and thanks again for joining me for another Starfield video where hopefully I don't bore you as much as I'm boring Sarah here. And even Vasco's so depressed he's hunkered down into a ball on the floor. Today's video, I'm going to be doing a couple of things. We are going to, in the first part of the video, be doing a simple and seemingly nonsensical ship build. And we'll be modifying this ship here, which is the UC Econohaul, which I have renamed, but everything else on that currently is stock standard. And I did do a previous video showing you how you can get yourself one of these for free. Will cost you about 10k to register it. So we'll be modifying that, and then in the second part of the video, our aim will be to how to rank up this and max that out. And while we're at it, Astrodynamics as well. So payloads and Astrodynamics. So this particular build, if you do want to skip this build, this is mainly for demonstrational purposes. But I will try and put timestamps down below. If you want to skip this build and get straight to the payload stuff. But for this build you want 1 point in Starship design, although you could do a version of it without that. Now we want this technician, sometimes if he's not there, he'll be sitting here or in this corner, and if you still can't find him, sometimes he's going to be stuck behind that chair and hidden behind that tree. So anyway, just going to quickly talk to him.
Are you ready to do some business?
And we'll modify this. I'm only adding one piece at this station. We are at the Extra Exp star station. I'm going to take that off. We are going to get on that attachment there and hit G and then T to cockpits, and we're going to pop that one on. That's all we're doing here. So exit out of there and just quickly show you where we are. We are over here in Narian, and the Stroud Eklund Star Yard over here. So you want to go up to that. It's a station. You want to get close to it. Hit E so that you target it, and when you get close enough, hold down R so you can dock. Alternatively, you can go, there's a couple of other places you can go for this cockpit. You can go to Neon, but that's all we're getting here. So from here now we're going to go to Alpha Centauri, and we are going to go back to New Atlantis, just to the landing pad. And we'll speak to the technician there. Okay, so we're at New Atlantis. And we could do most of this build back at the station that we're at. But there is one part that I want that he doesn't have. So we're just going to do the rest of it here. We go into the ship builder. And we're going to grab this cockpit and we're going to pop it up here. We are going to grab this landing gear off of here and pop that on the side. And this one on there. Going to grab these weapons off of here. And we're just going to pop them up on the shoulder there. Same thing with this one. If you wish, you can also put them, you can put two down the bottom of this cockpit here. This here, we're going to take that. That is just 5 dead mass that we don't need. I'm going to delete that. Going to take this cowling. That's another 4 mass that we don't need. I'll delete that. Going to grab this hab, which by default is a control station, which gives you 4 crew stations. But note that we still have a max 3 crew, and I'll go over that in a moment. This also gives us 4 crew stations, which is why I put it on there. So this one here, so both of these should give you 8 crew stations, but we've only got 3 because we need to make up the rest with weapons and such. I am not going for the full 8. I only have Sarah and Vasco, so I really only need 2, but we will upgrade this to 4. So I'm going to change this, so hit space while you've got it highlighted and go through the just go through the arrows here. I'm going to put in change it to the all-in-one berth. That's going to give me a bed right here close to the cockpit. This was a porthole that was on the side of that hab, and if you put that porthole there, that's going to nuke that bed. So I don't want that. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete this one as well. Don't need that. I'm going to take this hab, which by default is a Nova Galactic Science Lab, which also has 2 passenger slots. And out of all the other brands of Science Lab do not have the 2 passenger slots, but this will also give you your pharmaceutical workbench. That there is a porthole that we don't want that was on the bottom. We don't want this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We don't need this cowling. We don't need this cowling. We're going to take this landing bay and we're going to pop it under there. This also has 2 weapon attachments that you can attach weapons at the bottom of that. This docker I do not want, and the docker that I do want is why I came to this station. So we're going to turn around underneath, grab that little attachment spot there and hit G, and we're going to go across to the dockers and we're going to put this one, even though it says top, it will pop it upside down on the bottom there, so we dock through the bottom. Alright, so this shield I'm just going to put out of the way for a moment. This cannon here, I'm going to pop under the cockpit here. We don't need this weapon mount. Get rid of that. We don't need this companionway or this one, and we'll get rid of all this cargo. Okay, we're going to take the reactor, which is only an 18 reactor. It's what the ship comes stock standard with. Can put a bigger reactor if you like. I'm not going to have enough cash for that in this video. I'm going to grab this landing gear here and I'm going to pop that under there. And I'm going to grab this hab out from there. Pop that on the end. Now by default that's going to be a captain's quarters. And I don't mind the layout of that captain's quarters. It's pretty cool. But it does have a bed and it doesn't have any passenger slots. So we're going to make it more useful. Hit space. Go through our arrows. And I'm going to change that to the Nova Galactic Workshop. And once again, out of all the other brands, the other workshops, they do not have passenger slots. So now we have room for 6 passengers and we have all of our crafting benches available to us. So now we're going to grab these fuel tanks, press F so it lowers it, pop that under there. We don't need these cargoes. Going to replace those. Going to grab this landing gear out from here. Now while we're dragging it, we can hit the arrows to a different variant, or you can hover over it and hit space and you can hit the arrows and go through the variants. So I want the one that's got the attachments on the side because we're using those. I'm going to get rid of this engine. And we're going to take this engine and we're going to pop it on the side, but we want to raise it up. So press R. So we want it to attach here. Same with this one. like so. This is only a 19 grav drive. That's what it comes with. And I'm not going to have cash to upgrade that at the moment. Might do that at the end of the video. This shield, while I'm dragging it, I'm going to hit Z or Z twice so that it is upright and it'll sit on top of there. Okay, now I'm not fussed about the weapons on this ship. I'm not going to be fighting in it. We're designing this for a specific purpose. But if we want our extra crew, so we have room for 4, but we only have jobs for 3. And when I say jobs, all of your equipment such as weapons, it has a 0.5 capacity, and that has a 0.5 capacity. So two guns, 1 crew station, 1 max crew. Your shield has a 0.5. Your engines have a 0.25. So those 2 engines and that shield make up 1 crew capacity, which is our second one. Our reactor has a 1 crew capacity plus a crew station makes 3. Then we have this weapon is 0.5. We need another 0.5 to make up the 4. So I don't care about the weapons on this. That is the cheapest weapon that I can get. So I'm just going to, on that, hold down control and hit G to duplicate it. We still have to pay for it. I'm going to pop that there. Okay. Now, it's giving me an error. Let's double click on the cockpit here. Flight check. Unattached modules. This little porthole was on the back of that hab. Okay, I don't want that. Alrighty. Now you see this has gone up to a 27 jump range and a 100 mobility. We're going to destroy that. We are going to hit G on the side here. Come to cargo. And this is what we need the rank 1 starship design for. But you could put in, like, say this one. Or one of these other ones. Okay, but this one is the biggest that I can currently get. So, I'm going to whack a bunch of them across the side here. And I'm going to put another row under here. And on there. On there. And we can fit one under there. Flip this around. We are going to put another one here. And we're going to do the same all the way along this side. And here. 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 And here. And now I've got an error, and that's because I've gone over my budget. So I'm going to take that one off. Now, when you muck around and change habs around in the ship builder, what happens is you'll have a bunch of loose stuff that's laying around on desks and in various parts in these habs. Usually when you do a bit of shipbuilding with that, all of those are going to get rounded up and moved into your cargo. So we're going to exit out of here. Exit out all the way. And we're going to sell that stuff. So sell from our ship inventory. All this miscellaneous stuff. So that all got rounded up. The only thing that's going to be any use in here is going to be a couple of digipicks. All the rest of it is couple of digipicks there. All the rest of it we can just spam E and sell the rest of that. Don't need any of that. It's not worth a lot of money, but it all adds up. And hopefully it adds up enough to finish what I'm doing here. And it also takes up your cargo space, so may as well get rid of it. Okay, back. Resources, these were all loose as well, and I don't need any of these. And don't need all of this stuff. That'll do me. Alright. Let's try this again.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. So on here, go into the ship builder and across to the cargo. Pop that last one on there. Okay, so now you're going to see we have 0 mobility and we only have a 15 jump range. Don't worry about that. We're not worried about that at all. This is for a specific purpose. Wouldn't be using this as a general all-round ship, even though it does have all of your crafting stations. But we have like over 8k of cargo on this. And by the end of this video, we're going to have about 12k cargo. And if we can, I think we'll get this up to about 20 jump range. It'll still have not much mobility. But anyway, that's all we're going to do there. These 2 warnings are obviously because of the mass. Now I took the engine off because of the mass. Would have brought us down below 15 jump range. If it takes you down below 15, you'll get an error and you won't actually be able to build the ship. So 15 is the minimum that you can go down to. But in the flight check here is where you can rename the ship. And we're going to call this, let's call this the Loader Opera. We're going to hit confirm twice on here. I'm going to close that. I'm going to double click on the cockpit, which is going to select everything. And we're going to hit J. Let's find some colors that kind of look a bit industrial. Something like that will do. Okay. Going to exit out of there. Exit out of there. All right. So now that we've done that, we are going to move on to getting our skills. If I can press the right button. All right. So you want to pick up your rank 1 here, and you may as well pick up rank 1 in Astrodynamics as well. Both of these skills together are going to make a, sorry, not that one, this one, are going to make a big improvement, and they both involve jumping, although payloads involves jumps with 75% or more of your cargo filled up. So what we're going to do from here is we are going to cruise along down here, and we're going to go climb up this wall here. And we're going to come across to this mission board here. And okay, we've got a couple of delivery missions. So we're going to take both of those. Exit out of there. So if we have a look, we have 1,300 of cargo. That is definitely not 75% of our capacity. So what we're going to do here, we are going to cruise along back to the ship technician. And we're going to swap into another ship.
Anything I can help you with?
Like to view or modify my ships. Now you could swap into the Frontier if you want. However, I'm going to be using this ship. And if you want to know how to build this ship, we captured a Phantom Mark II and changed it up to this one. It has a 30 jump range. Well, it actually has 27, but that one skill point that we put into the Astrodynamics brings it up to 30, which is about the maximum jump range you can get. And this also has all of your crafting stations, room for 6 passengers, but it only has a 429 cargo capacity. 190 of which is shielded. So we're going to make that our home ship. And we're going to exit out of there. And exit out of there. And now we're going to hit tab. And we're going to have a look. And even though it only holds 429 cargo, we are now carrying over 3k of cargo in this ship. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to hop in. We are going to have a quick snooze.
Recycled air. Just isn't the same.
So we've got our bed up here. Just going to have a quick snooze just for an hour. That is going to give us an XP boost. So 10% XP gain. Later on, if you have improved your relations with one of your companions, then you can boost that up to a 15. Haven't done that in this playthrough. We are only level 10 here. By the end of this video, we'll be level 15 and we'll have maxed out payloads and astrodynamics. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chug a tea, which will give us an extra 2%. Now there's various recipes that you can craft that'll give you this. Otherwise, you can buy these teas from a place called CJ's. You can buy them from a few places, but there's a place called CJ's in here in New Atlantis in the residential district. And so now we have a 12% gain. This runs out in 15 minutes. All right, so we are not going to go and deliver those deliveries. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to do some jumping around. So if you didn't realize, all these stars here that have a glow around them, they're white with a glow around them, they are stars that you have already been to. These other white ones that don't have a glow, they are star systems that you can reach within one jump. And these red ones are ones that you cannot reach in one jump. And that's going to be for one of 3 reasons. It's going to be either because you don't have the jump range, or you don't have the fuel capacity for that jump range, or the third reason, which is going to be the case for this ship because it has a max jump range, is going to be because it's an unexplored route. So this one's not a glowing one. We haven't been there yet. So we have to go to that one before we have access to this one. Right, same with these ones here. So if I clear that route, see this one, need to go to this one before we can get to that one. So we're just going to find a red one and we're going to go to the nearest white one that's there. As we come in, we can hit M, we can do a bit of a scan. Then we're just going to hit tab twice. And now you can see that's no longer red and this one is now glowing. So we're going to find the next one, which is going to be here. And we're going to do the same thing. We'll hit M, scan, tab out of there twice. Now, let's have a look. So, I don't need any power in my weapons. What I'm going to do, make sure I've got enough power to max my grav drive and max my shields. The rest of the power doesn't matter. So, what we're going to do now is show you just quickly how to avoid conflict while you're doing this. There's no point fighting, like, you know, shooting down other ships, because you're not going to be able to pick up the cargo because we don't have space for it. We are well overpacked, and that includes ship parts that you may need for repairs. You're not going to be able to pick them up. So instead, we're going to want to avoid the conflict. So quick spoiler alert, if you don't know, the Crimson Fleet headquarters is in this system here in Crick. And unless you are aligned with them or doing their missions or sided with them, then they are going to be hostile towards you. So I am just going to jump straight in there. And as soon as we get in there, we are going to see a bunch of red everywhere. We're just going to hit M. And if we've got our mouse over the center, we can scan that. We are quite safe while we've got the map open. We're just going to tab out twice. And we're just going to keep on jumping to our next destination. So you can jump anywhere, but you can't fast travel. So you won't be able to fast travel anywhere if you're in combat, but you can always jump. And with our grav drive maxed out, we jump out really, really quick. They might get 1 or 2 shots in. So, you know, they took our shield down from 98, down from 100 to 98, but we jumped out of there before they could really do anything else. So, okay, we did pick up Astrodynamics over here. We only needed 5 jumps for that. I think I already had a couple. And we've got a point available there. That's going to reduce our fuel cost. We'll grab that. Over here, we still need another 6 jumps. So I'm just going to jump around. Now, every one of these systems that we have not been to, we are going to get a bit of experience for discovering the location. If you want, you can also, you know, fly around like to these moons and to any other planets in the system, and you'll also get a little bit of experience. I'm not going to focus on doing that too much. Mainly I'm just going to be just jumping from system to system. But if you find that you know, you've got your requirements, so if you've got all your progress done but you don't have any skills, you could you know, for the little extra bit of experience to boost you over. So where are we? We're almost up to getting another point anyway, and we'll get that with our next couple of jumps. But that is one way of just getting you over the edge for that next point. And other than that, you could actually go and drop off the delivery missions that you have. But if you do that, then you'll want to swap back into your freighter and pick up another load. We've got more hostile activity here. Not worried about that at all. We are just going to continue jumping around. So this shouldn't take too long at all. So a couple more jumps. You want to sort of open up these routes, because that's what we're doing. We're opening up the pathway to all these red ones, and you'll see that those red dots are all disappearing. By the end of this, there won't be a single place that we won't be able to get to in just one jump. So there is a fair bit of hostility in some of these systems, but we are quite safe. So we need to go through a couple of these. And I think this should get us to our next rank. Let's have a look here. Oh, we need 2 more jumps, but we do have the point. So I'm just going to keep jumping around, and I'll probably keep on going until I get to a point where I don't have enough experience to put a point in, and I'll come back in. But I'll pause the video until then, and I'll keep jumping around. Let's have a quick look here. Not that one. Sorry. So we've still got 12 minutes left on our T, so we've been at it for a total of, well, 2.5 minutes really. So yeah, it's not going to take long at all. So I'll keep jumping around, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so we've got enough jumps to get our rank 3 here, but we don't quite have the experience here. Over here, we still have a few jumps to go for this one. So what we can do is we can just go and drop off one of these. I'm going to drop off the smaller one. Now, if you do drop one of these off and they both go to the same destination, then you will drop both of them off, and you'll need to go pick up another one. But we're still going to be overpacked if we deliver this one, so we're going to do that. And I've already been here, so that's going to be a fast travel. So we're just going to land in here.
This old mining colony looks more rundown than Ebside on Neon. That's saying something.
And you can see all the systems that I've jumped to are still catching up to me. So we've done that. Let's have a look. Where are we now? Press the right button. Still need a little bit more, so maybe we will drop off that other one. And we'll go pick up another load. This will get us hopefully over the edge, or at least close to it, to be able to spend that point, and then we'll keep going. Okay. So my jump systems are still catching up to me. And so the delivery is lagging out a little bit. There we go. How much does that bring us up? A little bit more. Alright, so let's go pick up another mission. We'll try back at Alpha Centauri. Doesn't really matter where you go. I did do another previous video showing you where all of these non-faction mission boards are. And that is time-stamped if you're looking for a particular one in a particular city. You can also find them in various little outposts and settlements on different planets. Okay, so we're just going to run back down here again. And actually, before we do this, we want to switch back into our freighter.
Got anything you need to offload?
You and modify my ships.
How about it?
Make that our home ship. Exit out of there. Exit out of there. And now we go pick up some more missions if we can. Hopefully there's one or two here. 204. That is probably not going to be enough. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's try Cydonia. Normally find a delivery job there. Okay, so just going to run inside here and through here. And once we come through here, just going to head up on the right into the broken spear. So just straight up here. Through here, mission board here, see what we can find here. Beautiful. Alright, that'll do us. Take some passenger missions too if they're available. Now we want to go back and swap back into our other ship. Okay, so when we come out here, ship technician is just to the right over here. Speak to this guy, modify our ships, and we will switch back into this one. Exit out of there, exit out of there, and there we go. We've got over 5k of cargo in here. So we can go and drop off one of these again, maybe the little one. So that's the 4k one. We'll do this one. To the Red Mile, that'll be an easy one. If you've already been there, it'll be a fast travel. And almost got our points, so I reckon just another jump should do that for us. So we'll continue our jumping. See if we can find a red star. There's not too many places we can't reach at this stage. There's a couple over here. So we'll do this jump. Scan. Now we got one up here and a few. Sort of wants to take us a bit of a roundabout way. So we could reach some of these. But this shouldn't take too long. have a look at where we're at now. Okay, yeah, we've just gone over. So we should have a point into Astrodynamics. Increases our jump range and our fuel cost. Now, this particular ship is 30 already when we started, so that's not going to go up. However, we have a look here. This one was 15. That's gone up to 17. Cargo's up to 9, just under 10 grand. So there we go. Let's have a quick check. We still have 7 minutes left on our first tee. So we've only been going for about 6 or 7 minutes. Just jumping around. So I'm going to continue my jumping around. And I'll come back to you either when we need more points or when we're a bit closer to our goal. But I think we've sort of, from this point, there doesn't seem to be a single place that we can't get to in one jump, so we're just going to go to places that we haven't been. So I'll get back to jumping and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so our first tee is about to run out. So we've been going for about 15 minutes. We are now still got about 42 jumps to go to get to rank 4 over here. And over here, about another 9 jumps to get to rank 4 here. So that's only taken us about 15 minutes of jumping around. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get up and we're going to go have another snooze and chug another tea, and then we'll be right for another 15 minutes. And that should be all we need. So chug down a tea. Alright, so there we go. So we'll keep on jumping. Let's see, into quite a few places, not everywhere, but just keep jumping to places we haven't been, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so we're on our last jump here, and this will have us maxed.
Navigational feedback checks out.
So let's have a look here, and we did get enough experience to get the point as well. Alright, so we are on max payloads. We have max astrodynamics, and we're still on that second tee with 6 minutes to go. So that took us about let me see, the first one was what, 15 minutes, so it took us about 25 minutes of jumping, and you can see all the places that have been jumping to us still coming up on the screen. So what we'll do, we'll go and deliver this package, and then we'll have a look at the final results, the final stats of what that brought the other ship up to.
Quick piece of advice. We hear the name Benjamin Baker, and we should duck.
Let's have a look. Did I go to the right place? Why did it take me to Neon? Okay. Must have clicked on the wrong thing there. But we'll drop off this delivery. And it's over here. Oh, and look. Here at this delivery site, here's an Econohaul. if you're after an Econohaul. All you will need to have 1 point in security. And you just pick this lock. You can hop in the cockpit and fly away. Costs you 10k to register it, and this ship will be yours. So that's all you need to do to get your hands on one of those. The trouble is finding it. So if you do want to find one of those, do give you some tips and pointers on how to find it. So let's have a look here. Workers. Alright. Let's take a look at our ship stats now. Now for some reason my reactor goes down to 20. Sometimes it goes back up to 21. Don't know why that happens. But not much change here. Our cargo on this is now up to 585. And without any modifications, our cargo on this is now up to 12,240. And our jump range is up to 17. Let's go and see if we can upgrade the grav drive on that. So let's head on over to maybe we'll go to Hope Town, I guess. Doesn't really matter where we go. So let's cruise on over there. Alright. Speak to this tech. View and modify my ships. See if we've got enough cash too. I didn't check my cash. Let's go across. Go to the shipbuilder. Alright, let's have a look. Let's just pop down here. If you go to upgrade, it doesn't always show you all of the ones available. So if we come out, make a little bit of space, and we come across over here. Okay, so now we've got the R3000. Now that's 38 mass, but it does have attachments on the sides. We've also got this one, so that's a 23. That's a 23. Those ones are not so great. And I don't think I quite have enough cash for any of them. So, alright. What I'll do, should have dropped these guys off. That should give me the cash. Alrighty. And all those jumps that I've done are still catching up to me. But let's head back now. Let's see. Over here. Let's see if we can upgrade this grav drive. That should have given me enough cash to do that. Alright. See how we go now.
Anything I can help you with? Hey, what can I do for you?
You would modify ships. Alright, let's try the upgrade. Grav drive. Is that the one? Alright. So that brings us up to a 20 jump range. I don't think we can upgrade these. They're pretty decent what's on it. If I had more cash, we could probably add an engine or two. So we'd need to find space to put it. So I guess that's where getting the one with the attachments might have come in handy. But anyway, there we go. So a 12k capacity. We're now on a 20 jump range on this, just from our skills, up from 15. And if we wanted to take 12k at any distance, we can just jump back into the other ship. So there we go, and we are level 15 at this stage. And there's not really... We haven't been everywhere. Haven't been to every single system. There's still a few. Oh, I missed a red one up there. But that's fine. We can get rid of that. But, you know, even in this freighter, we can reach quite a lot of places. So there are some stars that are going to be, like that one there, is going to be out of our jump range on the freighter, even though we've been there, because the range from here to there is going to be too far. So we can come down here. But if we hop back into our other ship, there is nowhere in the known universe that we are not going to be able to reach.
Smooth jump. Nice work.
So let's have a look. We can reach that one now. We can from here. There's one there. Okay. So we'll do one more jump up here. See if we can reach that one. But probably not. There are one or two that you do need more than 20. But like I said, if you need to carry a large amount of cargo, then you can fill it up in this ship. We can switch across to the other ship and you'll be able to get there. So that's from here, and we can reach here, but we can't reach the next one. So, alrighty, let's this one as well. That one too. See, we've been to these places, but they are out of range of this ship. But there you go. That is how you can max out your payload skill. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave me a like or a comment down below. If you'd like to see more, then please hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.